Thank you very much, Ciancora. Genocide is a uniquely horrific crime. The Holocaust, for instance, saw the murdering of 6 million Jews, was seen so monstrous that the UN adopted the Genocide Convention, promising never again to allow an attempt to wipe out a group of people or part of one simply because of their nationality, race, religion or ethnicity. That promise has been repeatedly broken in Bosnia, Darfur and Rwanda, to name a few. Each new case brought before the International Court of Justice, the ICJ, in The Hague, ought to give the world a chance to make good on its word and help strengthen the taboo against genocide by clarifying the obligations of countries to prevent and punish it. The ICJ is unlikely to offer a final ruling for years. Last week's ruling confirms only that South Africa has a plausible claim. This is a lower bar, and such a provisional ruling would be widely seen as a finding that Israel was indeed guilty of genocide. Even if the court were later to rule it was not, Israel would claim it is being treated unfairly, and it would be right instead of restraining Israel in the war. Such a provisional ruling might even embolden it to dismiss all international criticism. Israel would feel it is damaged no matter what it does. Those appalled by the suffering in Gaza may argue that genocide was the only charge that could be brought before, because the ICJ has no jurisdiction over other war crimes. Yet the focus on an implausible crime diverts attention from the possibility that Israel is breaching the laws of war. These require Israel to distinguish between civilians and combatants, and to minimise civilian casualties by being proportionate in the use of force. The death toll of women and children raises grave doubts over whether Israel is meeting these obligations. It may also be failing to meet its duty under the Geneva Convention to provide medicine and food to civilians in the areas it occupies, as Gaza nears famine. Its people do not need grandstanding, they need food. Israel's leaders need to realise that if they block supplies, they will be held accountable by the court of public opinion, the only court available. And I've been careful of my language on this issue for the last number of months, and continuously calling, obviously, for a ceasefire from all sides. And the reckless and some immature politics that goes on inside here, and especially by Deputy Holly Cairns and her party calling for an expulsion of the Israeli ambassador, is not the type of politics I would have anything to do with. This would have left, if it went ahead, our citizens in this country and their country in grave danger, and land a neutral country like Ireland in the thick of this conflict.